Alright, shalom, shalom. Real Hebrew Israelite coming week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of America and this society. I want to start off giving all praise and glory and honor to YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, double honors to our apostles and elders and GMS and brothers that sincerely doing this work, and the few sisters that are listening and learning and being obedient to their husbands. This the brother mothers YAHAWASHI, aka Mataz, and I'm coming back with another quick video. And basically, I just want to touch on how that Isa4 is coming to pass even more and more every day. As we speak, we look up, it's always something touching on these points. And the Lord is going to give us the spirit of discernment where we can discern the regular ass females out for the righteous women. Because like I said, when you come to my channel, I just call them regular ass females or regular females, or the B word or whatever, because they not women. They're because woman means servant and wife, and they really ain't being that these days. You only find very few, and it's hard to find that nowadays. So yeah, the Lord gonna make sure we good, man. We gonna say, it's like I said, it's very few you will find that's righteous, and the Lord gonna let us know which ones are that. But but it's coming to pass. This talk been coming up a lot more and more. And hey, I'm gonna let this video play, and hey, it ain't gonna be long. It's gonna be really short. I'm gonna let this video play.
You said 65% are on the lower vibration.
They are.
So that means what? There's 35% of good men. So why aren't we sharing men? Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring it there. When are black women gonna recognize that if we want a good man, we might have to share a good man? I ain't nobody with that. But you already shared before. Sharing men is only necessary if that's what resonates with your spirit, not because the percentage of men. Based on it's necessary for the community. We have so many kids out here where we have a one man, he got 3 baby mamas, and he's still dealing with all 3 of them, and they all mad at each other. There's all this hostility, and instead of just coming together and saying, hey, we all dealing with the same man, let's just come together and work with it.
TC, she pulled the math out. She said, okay, 100 divided by 6 times pi, good times 8, divided by 2 is not enough.
Happening.
I do believe that there are some men that need, and I can only speak from a male perspective, that need to be honest about that though. There's a lot of men that are undercover monogamous, down low polygamous. You know what I'm saying? They're hiding what they really desire, and maybe they haven't really been honest with themselves about it. And then they're creating broken homes in the process because, hey, instead of telling this woman, hey, look, this is what it is. You can choose to deal with me or not. They're hiding, they're pretending to like her when they know that they're not satisfied by just one woman. And then there are women that maybe, if they're open to it, would make a good sister wife.
Listen, a lot of women will act like they're not open to it, but then they'll deal with a married man. A lot. You said 65%.
And she's 100% on point with that, And then you got that one female right there talking mess. See, that's a potential woman right there who was speaking, and breaking it down. Because these females, man, they do all of this bull crap with drama in it, but they just can't accept that, hey, this is what's gotta happen, man. It's gonna happen. And that day is coming. So I'm gonna get this Isa4, then I'm gonna get it in the NLT too. And that day, 7 women should take hold of one man, saying we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparels. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach, which let you know that they gonna get back into that ability of being a helpmeet. Because these females don't believe they supposed to be helpmeets. They think they just supposed to get taken care of and take a free ride. No, it don't work like that, Ain't nothing wrong with you looking out, taking care of your woman, but, they not children. And they're supposed to be helpmeets. They're supposed to be helping you, building your empire, building your legacy, building everything, that you need, and meeting the requirements of your lifestyle. If they can't meet your requirements of your lifestyle and the things that you need in your life, you don't need that in your life, just to be honest. Because, a lot of these broken females, man, they're going to do nothing but to destroy you. And there's a lot of our females that are really the brokest. Now, of course, we got these other nation females, who you could deal with and stuff like that. But, you know, they're going to be destroyed, you know, anyway. You know, they're not going to catch a chariot ride. The only ones who are going to get on the chariot ride is the women that's a part of the elect, that's going to join into the elect. That's it. But the rest of these heathens, no matter, you can have children all you want by them, they're going to be put to death. You know, and these females of ours, they're gonna realize that hey, look, it ain't nothing you're gonna be able to do about it. You just gonna have to accept it. And that's the part what they don't want to do. They don't want to accept it, but you're gonna have to. So let me get this NLT. It says, this is Isaiah 4:1 in the NLT. In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Which, right there, they're going to provide their own things. They're going to be helpmeets. Because what you think that food going to come with? You going to get fed. You going to get fed. They're going to bring clothing. So you might have some extra clothes, you know, things that we don't get as a man. We don't get these things. We don't get none of that help that we really need in our life. These females are only for self. And that's how America set it up, that they only for self. They don't understand the ability of being a helpmeet. And it's hard to run across women like that, you know, it's just really hard. Only let us take your name. And how do they take the man's name? Through sex. So he gonna lay with them, you know, which I would say sex today. But he's gonna lay down with them. And it says, only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids. And then, hey, that's where reproach going to them not having children, they being mocked, and it goes into their sins as well. How they sins gonna get covered? They gotta get covered through a man. So this is gonna come to pass, whether they like it or not, or whether they accept it or not. This has to happen. This is prophecies coming to pass, you know, and the prophecies gotta come to pass, like it says, man. And then you're gonna know this. This is Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this come to pass, lo, it will come. Then should they know that a prophet been amongst them. Then y'all gonna know who the prophet is. And y'all gonna try to cleave on to the prophets. But a lot of us is not gonna accept you. That's the point. We're gonna really remove you out of our lives. A lot of you females ain't gonna make the cut. You know, y'all been with men of the Lord, and then you still acting up. You can't get in order. You want to be on bull. And the Lord going to destroy you. Simple as that. It's really nothing to come back from. You know, if you can't get with the program, to hell with you, you know. That's pretty much just where we at with this, you know. We're not looking to hold you females' hands because y'all don't want to get y'all hands held. Y'all don't want to get right. Y'all want to be a headache. And YAHAWASHI is not going to allow you to just be a headache to his men. It's not happening. That's why y'all got a judgment coming. The ones who don't want to get right, the ones who don't want to accept, that's what's going to happen. Because I always read this Samuel, one of my favorite scriptures. When King, you know, there's a lot of scriptures you can point out. Men having more than one woman. This is 1 Samuel 25 and 42. And Abigail hasted and arose and rode upon an ass with 5 damsels of hers that went after her, and she went after the messengers of David and became his wife. David also took Amminah and Jezreel, and they were also both of them his wives. So a man gonna have more than one wife. It's always been in the scriptures. Simple as that. Not just concubines. I'm talking about wives, like Israelite women, because that's the only ones who gonna catch a chariot ride. It's Israelite women, not no heathen. So it is. You gotta just, hey, if you feel that you're a part of that, you need to be clinging on to a man of the Lord and be a part of these things, because that's just what it's gonna be. Man, it's not gonna be with one woman. And if y'all want to believe that, and no, that's not happening, man. You know, it's not even in, it's really against nature. Everything is out of balance anyway. So we coming back to our remembrance. We coming back to our heritage, you know. And that's just what it is. And it's good to come back to your heritage. It's good to come back to what you meant to be. You know, like it says right here, this is 2 Peter 3:3. The second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you in both which I stir up your pure minds by the way of remembrance. And that's what's happening to all of us. We're getting our minds stirred back up to come back to remembrance, to come back to our heritage, to come back to following these things. And we have to follow these things. And the Lord said He's going to make a man more precious than fine gold. So, hey, us, men of the Lord, are going to be gold in that day. And if you want to be protected in that day from the destruction that's about to come, you got to cling on to a man of the Lord. Simple as that. There's no getting around that. You know, that's just what it is. And that's just how it's going to be. Whether you like it or not, or whatever, you better learn to like it. You better like it, because the Lord ain't dealing with nobody who half-ass and half-stepping. Simple as that. If you half-stepping, you're going to be destroyed. Simple as that. You're not going to make it anyway. So ain't no half-steppers, ain't no half-knocks, ain't no halfway crooks. You got to be all the way in the truth. Simple as that, and get with the program. So yeah. It's either get with the program or be destroyed. Simple as that. Like, the Lord ain't, like I said, there ain't none of that. You gotta be all the way in. Can't be no pancakes, you know, like in the when I used to gang bang, they called them pancakes, you know, somebody who's pancaking in the truth, false flagging or whatever. No, the Lord don't deal with none of that. You gotta be all the way, ain't no lukewarm. Can't be lukewarm. You're gonna be cold or hot. As a matter of fact, I'm going to close it on that. And this, like I said, this ain't always just about the men. It's about you women. You know, you got to be hot for this. You got to be on fire for the truth. And if you ain't on fire for it, the hell with you. So this is, slow your rolls. This is Revelations 3:15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou were cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. And that's simple. The Lord gonna get rid of a lot of you people. You got a lot of destruction and death wishes that's coming for you, because you don't want to get right and you don't want to get in order. So the hell with you. It's time to die. So with that, we give all praise and glory and honor to YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, double honors to our apostles and elders and GMS and brothers that sincerely doing this work. And a few sisters are listening and learning and being obedient to their husbands. Keep pushing and doing the work. Shalom, Barak, and a Baba Ball.